Good evening to you, Ariel Entry. Good evening to you, Dr. Cynthia Tego. Maxwell Edu Ochre. Ebru Equiapim representing. International producers are signaling me that playtime is over. Start the way we start. Folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. I said, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. And I say, thank God it's Monday. Another wonderful opportunity for us to meet up and do what we love to do, making the beginning of the week so pleasurable. We meet up to perform radio's finest ritual, one that brings out the trueness of Ghanaians. The trueness of Ghanaians. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. Folks, and it's on every Monday at this time on Joy 99.7 FM. So set your timers, book in your diaries. So every Monday, right after the news 6, you tune in. And our topic today, folks, skin bleaching. And I'm saying, why not? Some people have already shot me. Skin bleaching. Saying, why not? Let us all gather and make truth good. Before you get angry and tune off, stay tuned and listen to the end. Folks, if you have dark skin and you do not bleach or try to lighten your skin, today I'm here to ask you, why aren't you? I mean, I'm looking at Ziggy from across here, very dark, has no inclination of bleaching, and I need to call him in a conference and ask him, Ziggy, why are you not trying to lighten your skin? Why are you not trying to bleach? Folks, the issue of human development with intent has come up in many of our topics, where we should intentionally develop our kith and kind. And in today's topic, folks, it will become even more necessary. As a people, as a race, we don't seem to have any ambassador in heaven. as a people or as a race, we don't seem to have any ambassador in heaven. And as a people, folks, we are very religious. Very, very religious. Give somebody a sandwich and let's say a prayer before we eat the sandwich, you'll be amazed at the declaration, the condemning and the killing and the tongues just before we have a bite of sandwich. We are very religious. So a religious race, folks, with no rep in heaven. And we seem to gloss over it and think nothing of it. Oh, you're thinking too much. Indeed, those of you who raise the issue are sometimes attacked. On countless occasions, I have been called Antichrist. I don't want to go into the details today. I want you guys to talk more. And I'm sure this show, folks, will cement that notion that yes, Akwadenya den Antichrist. So I'm saying skin bleaching. Why not? Folks, from a very young age, I'm sure it happened to a good many of you. For me, right across our house, there was a very, very lovely woman. Can't remember her name. Really nice woman. Just lived across the road from us. And I remember, I don't know, on some particular days, I don't know which days it was, but, we just walk across, go to her house, sit under the almond tree. We had this big aprofunkati and we sit under it and studied my book of Bible stories. And there were beautiful moments. Really taught us to do good and love each other like Jesus loved us. Taught us about Jesus, the goods he did. This was God in human form, folks. And somehow Jesus stood above the Father and the Holy Spirit, even though they were one entity. To us, it was Jesus or nothing. Folks, we loved and feared this man because one day, very soon, he was going to come down and he would leave the people who had done bad things and just go up with the people who had done good things. And if you look in the picture of my book of Bible stories, you could see him floating up with some people, and there were some people who didn't make it and they were there, basically yelling, come back for me, whatever it is. But that was the picture depicted in the page. Folks, we loved and feared him. This was God in human form. Folks, this man, God, or this God man, is depicted as a pure white man. Our God, Alpha and Omega, is white. So that's our spiritual need or being or spiritual whatever is white. Then we had our physical. So let me see, our spiritual, mental is white. Then we had our physical mentors, if I may put it. There was Superman. There was Spider-Man. There was the $1 Million Man. All these superheroes. Folks, all the good action movies that you wanted to be like. The Saint, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., James Bond, even Skippy the Bush Kangaroo, Hawaii Five-0. Folks, these were white guys, just like Jesus. These were white guys just like Jesus. We were subtly imbibing in our minds that white is right, white is best. And this white is right culture has gained roots. The picture of a blonde, locked, white man is probably the most reproduced picture in the world. Hangs in our churches, in our homes. And this is supposed to be the picture of our God. Yet nobody wants to actually even read to find out the origins and why it is that this picture was even circulated. It's basically just a picture of somebody drawn, reproduced, and we have to worship this picture, this man, as God. Oh yes. Folks, you go to some churches led by real learned, powerful men of God. People who should definitely you should know. But in their church is this white man, supposedly man God or God man in the church, reminding you that that's God that you have to call upon. Yes, it's today, and sometimes you ask, is it a deception, or is it that truly this guy doesn't know that this thing is very wrong? It's very dangerous. Not only is it wrong, but it's very dangerous. Somehow every race, those who have to have a depiction of what they deem to be God, would have something that looks like them. Every race that has to have a God would have features that look like them. And I'm sure the men of God who we know, they are well read, so they must know, yet it's there. So folks, it's no wonder that people want to look like their God. It's no wonder. That's why I'm asking you that if you're not bleaching, is it that you don't want to look like your God? If you are not bleaching, is it that you don't want to look like God? So maybe those of us who are not bleaching are even in the wrong. You've been blessed with melanin to protect you from the sun, and then you take off the melanin and leave yourself vulnerable to cancers and everything. Folks, these days, we have our foreign sitcoms on TV. Keep feeding our minds. Asians that are speaking Cree. For the children, it's endless. Gadgets, feeding them with more white is right. White dolls, white fairies, very pretty, on their bags, on their mat sets, on their pencils, on their shoes, reminding them that white is pretty and white is right. There's nothing wrong being white, but equally there's nothing wrong being non-white. Folks, so it's not strange that our own people have grown to hate how they look. So much so that they will even take pills to change the colors of the babies they bring forth. Because from Sunday school, there hasn't been any depiction of any black man who has done anything good for them to emulate. The movie characters that they want to be like are white. The people they want to be like in their religious life are white. And then they wake up one morning and they are black. Well, to hell with black. I'm also going to be like them. I am also going to be like them. I don't know if there's any other race that hate themselves so much that want to make such drastic changes to themselves. I don't know. But ours is too much. Folks, ours is too much. And we must deliberately, we must be intentional to let people appreciate the quality of being black, the blessings of being black, the protection you get from natures that others don't get. the strength, the spirit, the power behind being black. So that when I come to church, you don't show me a white man telling me this is God. And then I look at my watch, and this next under my watch is a totally opposite color to the man that I'm supposed to see as God. How then do I love myself? How then do I love myself? And so sometimes, folks, maybe it's no wonder that there was a strict instructions given that do not depict any image as a god. Maybe they thought of it, that listen, because as soon as you depict an image, those that don't look like that image feel left out. Feel left out. But here we are, folks. One of the booming cosmetic going now is whitening, lightening, whitening, lightening, whitening, lightening. Now, when a man gets to a stage where he denies himself, it is apparently the lowest of the human, lowest. It's actually lower than the one who committed suicide. Yeah, that's the rock bottom. When a man gets to a point where they hate him or herself. We must be deliberate, folks. We must start putting black heroes and black icons in front of our children so that they grow and want to be like these icons. And the icons will be just like them. Particularly the women. There are so many great black women. So many great black women. Let's put their pictures in their classrooms. This is Theodora Okun. She designed the Ghana flag. This is Ya Santua. She did this. This is Nana Dokuya. This is what she did. Stories. Beautiful stories. So that they will grow and want to do good, and the color of their skin will not be a hindrance or anything that they hate. And so today I'm asking you, instead that you don't want to look like God, why are you not bleaching? Your spiritual mentor. So this goes to those of us in the media and probably the clergy. Give us a representative in heaven. Give us an ambassador in heaven. I was speaking at a Presbyterian forum and I said, is Jesus not due a Ghanaian passport by now? The guy's been here for God knows since 14, God knows when. By now, he should have a Ghanaian identity. But he's still here as a complete white man. And it is messing with us, folks. We must have a representation in heaven who's our mentor, who's just like us, so that our concerns will not be the color of our skin, but the content of our character. I don't know if it's me or if you've noticed, but have you realized, the caricatures that follow the funny pastors around, they usually have the same haircut. They try to dress the same as the pastor, and if the pastor bleaches, they all start bleaching. I mean, everybody wants to be like their hero. Folks, everyone wants to be like their hero. So maybe we are not doing enough to project heroes that look like us, both in heaven and on earth. me go to North Kaneshi and speak to Kwame. Is it Kwame Awuvi?
No, Kwame.
Oh, Kwame. Kwame, let me hear you.
Yeah. I don't think the people who bleach and want to look like a white man are doing it necessarily because of so-called color of Jesus. I don't know the color of Jesus, and personally, I'm not really bothered whether he came as a black man or a white man. What I believe is that God wanted to visit man, and he looked for a vessel. He found in Abraham some. You see, what Abraham did was, if we were to come into modern context, was stupidity. But he did it, and it was credited to him, and God used his seed for redemption. Those who change their color and dye and all, they are not doing it because of a picture of a Jesus. It never said that the white man is righteous and the black man is not righteous. No, it's their own perception. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Kwame North Kaneshi, but Shem is in Pram Pram. Hello, Shem.
Hello, Nana.
Let me hear you and greetings to Asantua.
Greetings, baby. We didn't name the white people our forefathers met. Abrofo. Now, where you have been systematically told that your color is even a problem, in the trend, we say that it be and we laugh. Every time I see somebody of my age post that on social media, the way it infuriates me, because you my bed said go. Meanwhile, forefathers named them Abrofo. So that is on the fair side. White supremacy always push a certain narrative so as you would see yourself as with your own counter, right? Systematically, we will put certain things in front of you so as you see yourself as you are an inferior being. But it's never supposed to be the case. Ignorance is bliss, and we love this. Just like you were saying, the religious leaders. Nana, but I don't know whether they cannot simply speak the truth to their congregants. I don't know. One time I had this Central University man, he's a professor of theology. And I listed questions for him. But after we were having a debate, but I listed the questions for him. And he said, Member Tanasi. And I know, said Member Tanasi, and I know what it means. One day, the empire could be a said, me anti-Christ. They said, but you're asking same questions. You know, so it's a matter to do with us. The MMA and train will be no be validated. So look, if we even knew the value of melanin, you see, I told Nana, almost by the ounce, almost they buy it. It's expensive. One of the most expensive commodities on planet Earth today is our skin, melanin. So if we don't really know who we are, and then we've done, like we don't want to relearn and unlearn old biases, then we'll keep on going in circles. But at least, Nana, there's something we're supposed to start with the educational system as well. Where did our schools come from? Christian doctrine. So all of them, you would see Ansah Kwao school. We know hair is part of being feminine, right? So why can't we have a system where we encourage them to go there to know how to take care of their hair? Because it's part of them. That is another booming industry, Nana. We'll be going to for 13 years. On could try just to fit into a 3-year educational system. It doesn't make sense. And they will say, it's part of their hair. These people they are going to compete with, and the whites and people who are the Westerners, they don't cut their hair to sit in a classroom. But these people will cut their hair after they will be accustomed to wearing wigs for life because they can simply not grow their hair again. They've lost their confidence. We need to know the value of all these things because it makes us supreme. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you too. And Kwame Abeka is in Community 25. Hello, Kwame.
Nana.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Nana, what happened to our names? The names that we have. See, whenever I listen to you, I remember my first boss, Nana Kwao IV, South Africa, the owner.
Mm-hmm.
He sat me down and he analyzed why we are called names, the meaning. I went to my hometown recently and I called a young lady. Her name I know. And the girl disrespected me like I was a small boy. Because she has named herself another name, an European name, which I don't know. Apparently, she has warned everybody in the house not to call that name that was given to her by her parents. Why? That documentary you're talking about, I watched it on Joy 2 times on YouTube. I felt sorry for myself. What is it? What at all has the white man done to us that we can't even think? Be honest with you, there's no way somebody can prove to me that Jesus' card picture was seen 2,000 years ago. So you can't draw somebody who is a human being like me for me to worship. I'm a Christian. I go to church. A very good Christian. I believe in the Trinity and all that. But common sense tells me that there's man up there, nobody has seen his face before. If you go to other churches, be honest with you, it gives me a picture. It's a church. All the pastors shave their hair, dress the same way as the pastor, behave the same way. Now, what is happening? What happened to our identity as Ghanaians? A child in the stomach will be turned white, come to the world after 5 years. Complication. I want that.
Hi. Oh, I think I dropped a call. Chidiak.
Yeah.
Kwame, sorry, I dropped the call there. Chidiak, let me hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
The word inferiority complex. I hope we all understand. That is where we belong to. It's a disease, close to madness, which some of the people must be taken to the mental hospital. It is not only the body they are bleaching, they are converting their hair into artificial. That's the perming they are doing. No black man wants to have the black hair. Most of them are converting into artificial hair. Perming, they are relaxing their hair. Then they go forward again to put on eyelashes to look like a white woman. By the way, I want to know, when Jesus Christ was born, were there pictures? I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a question for the Pope. Kwame. Sorry.
My line dropped.
Yeah,
1 minute.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, can we inculcate a proper curriculum in our educational system from the primary school? That when the child is 6, 7, 8 years, she or he understand who he is. I think that will help us all.
So important.
Now, everybody speak English language in the house. About language. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too, Kwame. Thank you so much. Ni is in Kwabinya. Hello, Ni.
Nah.
Yes, sir.
I salute you. Good evening, Abby.
Very well. I salute you back.
You are doing a very good job. God bless you.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Nana, I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
Even in our churches these days, all you hear is, I don't want to go to baptism. I don't know, you are singing songs from somewhere. Meanwhile, we have our local dialect. That if you do worship, all these same things are even in our churches too much. This is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ni. Thank you very much. 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. Ni Ayi, let me hear you.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
a couple of years back, the guy who I'll say Africans use his image as Jesus Christ came to tell us that he's just an actor. But we've worshipped that same image as a child growing up. I worshipped that guy's image, thinking him to be Jesus. You see, for him, it's only for him to come out to tell us that he's not the Jesus that we think him to be. And I don't know why we see everything white to be better than anything black. And until we change that mindset, the last time I said to somebody, and the person looked at me some way, I'm a Presbyterian. I was born Presbyterian because my grandmother was a Presbyterian when she was alive. Okay? But over the time, I've really did some introspection and some research, and I realized that some of the things that the white man came to tell us is not even true. And if you should tell somebody that you don't believe in Jesus Christ, then you are the devil. I have believed in Jesus. But it's not everything that we have to follow, everything that the white man brings that is good. What we have as Africans is also good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nana Kwesi is in Hacho. Nana Kwesi,
how are you?
if you're not bleaching, why are you not bleaching? Is it that you don't want to look like your God? I mean, what?
I love my skin, Nana. I love my skin. I think right from senior high, I stopped going to church when I was in senior high because certain things didn't make sense to me, and I also got to realize that depending on who is reading determines how they interpret what they are reading to you. So check this, Nana. You see a white man with long hair and tattoos, and a fellow black man is okay with it. Doesn't see anything wrong with it. But that same black man sees his fellow black man with just their own hair, holding it or make it or anything, and they have everything wrong with it. Suddenly, that black man is a criminal, Nana. So I wonder how this miseducation happened so fast. Look, these pictures that you talk about the supposed Jesus Christ or God. You see, the pictures are all the same crowd. If you look at it, it's different. It's different. It's actors. These are actors, and they are being worshipped like super crazy. If you stop right now, they will say, "Oh, just like you said, you want to be an antichrist, or you. I don't know. You are the devil." So all I'll end saying is that if there's nothing wrong if you try to speak your creator yourself. There's nothing wrong if you choose to read yourself, read and try and understand things yourself. And also, lastly, anything that you are told, make sure that it makes sense in reality. Because that is when we live. That is what we experience. Let me go for someone to come.
Thank you.
And let's stop stigma. Let's stop the stigma of our fellow man, especially when they are just dealing with natural things like our hair. Oh God.
Thank you very much. Boachi is in Koforidua. Hello, Boachi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please, can I speak to you?
Boachi, the platform is English, you see, so there are people from Ewe descent, northern descent, and so, yeah.
I'll blend it. I don't understand. I'll blend it.
Okay.
Please, can I join you? I will go and campaign, go to secondary schools, and then educate these kids coming up, because it's too bad. Everybody wants to be white, wants to be like a white man. What pains me most is the ladies, those of radio and TV. They want to speak like the white lady or a white man. It's too bad. I only have two questions to ask Daniel. Black couples can give birth to a white baby, a light baby.
Mm-hmm.
But have you heard anywhere in the world that two white couples are giving birth to a black baby before?
Mm.
Please, can you help me out?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Two black people can give birth to a light skin. The child will look like a Chinese. It look like an American. The black man bleaches and will turn light skin. But the white man cannot use any cream and tan. So this proves to me that white comes from black. The black, we are superior. But due to inferiority complex, we've lowered ourselves too low. And this white are just riding on us. They are just using us. I believe in what they are experiencing. That he says the black. I believe in that. Because God promised Abraham that he will lead him to a land of honey. And all the good things, the good resources on this earth, come from Africa. So why do we do ourselves like that? What pains most is our ladies. They don't want anything about it. Nowadays, everything about it is artificial. And the most painful aspect is a man who bleeds, a man who goes to the shop, cosmetic shop, and buy cream to bleach and look white. I don't understand those men. I think they need a psychiatrist because it's too serious, it's too bad. You have to believe in yourself.
Thank you very much.
So, local language, give more kids, local things. Stop this about them. It will not help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Derek is in Labadi. Hello, Derek.
Hello, Nana.
Yes,
Go
sir.
for that.
Yes, sir.
I greet you, sir.
I greet you back.
Nana, this is a very serious issue. What I make of this is they came with the Bible, the brainwashers, and he being that stupefied enough, we bought into that idea. And they introduced education. Now, what is the crime for rewriting our curricula and turning everything that they started with and then making meaning?
Oops. Hello. Abu Mohammed is on the line.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening, Abu.
Yes, who are responsible for the chemicals that people use to bleach themselves, either the pills that they take or what they rub on themselves? What is the duty of food and drug board? And then secondly, God, I believe God is in everything that has life. So God that is in me is in the tree, it's in the animal, the cat. So if God leaves that tree dies. So God is not either black or white or tree or whatever. So I don't need to look like a white person. But the people who are responsible for those drugs coming, and then concerning the haircut of the ladies, most of our Muslim ladies have a lot of hair. Last we went to PTA because of the hair of our Muslims, because the teachers are complaining that the girls has a lot of hair, blah, blah, blah. And last, my daughter who is going to school have to use a fuller just like me. Why should you have to let a lady? It's part of the ladies' feature. The hair makes them become more lady. Why do you have to just make them fuller?
I agree with you. I think they have to teach them the discipline of keeping their hair, because I don't see why somebody will go to a private school and keep their hair and pass, and then somebody goes to a government school and has to shave and fail. Just I don't know, maybe they have a better explanation, but they could do better. But I'm going all the way to the USA because my brother Kwabna is waiting. Hello, Kwabna.
Hello, Nana. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Okay, Nana, let me take it from another angle.
Sure.
My angle is it the case that we are obsessed with the white man, or we are bleaching our skin?
Well, I think we are fed, we are fed it, not directly but indirectly. It's being fed to us that being white is right.
So you see, most of us have lived lived in the United States for some time. Like I always say, there is no difference between the black man and the white person. The only difference is the resource allocation. They provide the resources for their people to develop. The black man doesn't do that. So I believe that is where we need to handle our grievance or our concern to. If we have a system that provides the citizens with the tools, with the resources to develop, there's no way that a child will look up to a white man. Look at what happens in Parliament. They're always quoting references from the what's the name? World Bank. Who are the people working in the World Bank? They're all white. These white kids. So why can we say, hey, a professor in the UG is the person that we relying on his literature? You're not doing that. You're always going for policy credibility in Europe, in the United States, instead of providing the resources so we can research into things that will provide the medicine to cure us. New knowledge. Retrofitting our primary schools. The primary schools that are open, that doesn't allow the kids to keep their attention. We are not doing it. So I think there is no difference between the white man and the black man. The only thing that we are not providing the kind of resources for our own people to have confidence in themselves. And that's it.
Kara, thank you very much, and greetings to all the guys in the USA. Thank you to the international producers, Anita, Oliver, and the legendary Ziggy. Let us be intent. That's all we can say. Let us be intentional. Let's learn to love ourselves, learn to love our nations, because it doesn't come automatic. Let us have our own mentors, our own heroes, and our own God. Even God, the Holy Spirit, should be depicted in black. Black, wishy-washy something. Identity and representation matters. We must have representation. Otherwise, we lose hope in self. As you know, every Monday, right after news night, we come together to do this beautiful ritual. We agree, we disagree, but we do it agreeably. In the meantime, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. On TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa.